We are live. Hello, whether you are here live or on the replay, thank you so much for joining me. I am really excited to jump into this brand new language arts language arts and literature level 3 from the good and the beautiful. This is the version number 4. It's a new program and everything, and so I'm excited to check it out with you. We'll go through the course book, then we'll check out the spelling book, take a look at these books before finishing up with the answer key. And I do also have the old version here with me that I will hop on another live and do a comparison of separately. And if we haven't met yet, hi there. I'm Elaine from On the Same Page Together. We are a Christ-centered home of learning, and on this channel, we talk about all things family. We like to share what works for us as we strive to encourage you on your journey in life and family. So, 4th edition, items needed, about the course, table of contents. There are 120 lessons. Here's at a glance for each thing. We'll kind of dive into more details about these upper beginning pages in the comparison. But here's the scope and sequence of the spelling. Painting credits. Unit 1 overview. So we're going to go ahead and go through every single page to show you what you're getting. And if at any point you need me to speed up or slow down, there's a little settings button in the bottom right-hand corner that you can click on and adjust my speed to fit your needs as we go through this. And if you have any questions at any point, please do not hesitate to drop them down in the comments, whether you are live or on the replay. I love being able to answer your questions and help you out in any way. Love the geography. Art projects. Now the art medium that this level uses is markers. It can be probably fine tipped markers, as you saw on that art project. That looks like a little more detail. So fine tipped markers or marker pens, whatever works best for your kiddo or your budget will be good. Because just the fatter tip Crayola markers are going to be probably a little difficult to get the details in. Maybe they can draw a bigger picture to be able to fit in the details. Art project, alpine scene. So draw a large tree. Let's see. So if desired color. So this is a pencil project. And then continuing on, we'll pause and take a look at a marker project to give you an idea. So you can think about what kind of markers you want to get your kiddo. But I don't feel like the big fat ones are going to be deal breakers. They just might have to draw bigger on the paper. So if that's not their thing, then you may want to consider those fine tip ones, which I think we can get pretty inexpensively as well. Let's pause at this lesson. Unit review, reading assessment built right in, which I love. We will flip back to this at lesson 117, but it's right there. And this looks like Simply Good and Beautiful math assessments, but this is a review rather than an assessment, really, I guess. I mean, it does take that additional practice. These concepts will continue to be reviewed in upcoming units, so I don't think they have to stick around in this unit if they're not getting it, but something to consider and maybe practice if they're not getting it. So you'll do all the purple for one lesson, and then have them do the purple. As you correct it, if based on the instructions, you can check additional practice if it is needed and go from there. And this is how it is in the new editions of the previous levels as well, if I remember correctly, which I will have done flip throughs of the new level K through level 2 as well, and they will be linked in the description box for you if you want to check those out in a playlist, a language arts playlist. Also, if you want to check out the math level 3 and the handwriting level 3, I have a live for the math and a video of my kiddo flipping through level 3 when it first came out. I will have those both linked in the description box for you to check out as well if you're interested. Project. This is, it looks like a bunch of poetry. Is it a whole poetry lesson? Animal poetry, okay. Oh, because they're teaching poetry. Catch that? They're going to write AABB. They're going to figure that out. That's cool. Sentence diagramming. And I know at some point they have, let's see, they do have optional videos, they say. So this looks like a story we're going to read together. Complete chapter 12 with the child in the kingdom of kind. Complete the lesson and the lesson practice, okay? And then you're going to continue reading this, but there's going to be a lot of reading in some of these lessons. Let's see if I can stop and point. Here's use the app. If you are interested in checking out a flip through, well, like a walkthrough of the app, I have a video about that. I will link it in the description box after this live. You'll use the app there. Complete. So it looks like the spelling practice book is going to have work in it. So that's the video. Watch the video. It can be skipped if the child remembers the rule. Okay. So let's take a look at that art lesson really quick though, because on the picture with the blue dot, copy the lines you see on this deer. Now add more lines going down. Using your markers, color in the background and anything you want. So here's some idea of like the finer detailing. Like this might be a little tricky with those bigger markers. I'm pretty sure there are marker pens. You know, you work with what you got or what you can make work for your supply gathering. Important tips for reading success. Let's see. We believe that improving your child's reading proficiency, speed, fluency, confidence, and enjoyment is one of the most important, if not the most important, academic pursuits in this age. So 20 minutes or more of daily personal or shared reading in addition to this course is critical. This can be done at any time, including bedtime. Let's see. For personal reading, having the child listen to books that are 2 or 3 levels higher is important too. So that's your parent read aloud. They want the course, any reading that they get in the course, plus 20 minutes of personal reading, plus parent read aloud are all very important. Heads up here. The writings of, if desired for extra enrichment, consider getting her books and reading it to the child. Or reading it together for advanced readers. Okay. Our top 2 books from this author are Benjamin West and His Cat and Justin Morgan Had a Horse. Oh, that's cool. You can tie in some books from the author that you're studying. That's awesome. Now, in this case, the books are tied in more closely with the course than in the previous levels of this new edition or the new reading program. The previous levels, it was just a reading booster cards that you would work through, and the books were tied into those reading booster cards separately from the lessons. So your child could move through the books a lot quicker, which I liked. I'm not sure how we're going to like having it tied to the lessons. And that's just particular to my child and their development with the coursework versus reading. My child has moved through reading levels very quickly, but the coursework we've had to set aside many times over the years and come back to when they're ready for more, when they're more developed and ready for that. Important learning tips. Attitudes are contagious. Make yours worth catching. Okay. In Unit 4, desired extra enrichment, consider another book. So here's another book recommendation. So yeah, I really liked in the lower levels of this new program that these chapter books can be completed at a separate pace than the course book. So this will be interesting with how tied in these books are. I may have to see if they're tied in for lesson purposes or if they're just tied in to pace the book. Because if it's just for pacing, we will probably move through it a little quicker. If it's for lesson purposes, that may be interesting because my kiddo, like I said, has moved through the reading levels a lot quicker. So they'll be going into level 3, right? Currently in level 2, they are reading books in level 5 and 6 without a concern and touching into level 7 even. So that's where it goes to show how important it is for them to read and let this work come in as it needs to. Don't slow down their reading. Don't hold back their reading. Let them go. Because part of that reading time, when we set the course book aside, I just have them read extra. And part of that reading is really helping that development of their ability to handle the workload in my child's particular case. But I think that would be the same for most children. The more they read, the more they learn through their reading and learn different concepts naturally through reading. So they're able to, when they come back to it, handle it better. Hopefully that makes sense. I hope that helps somebody out there. Do not stress about your child having to go through the course at a different pace than how much they read, because the beauty of homeschooling is that we're looking for progress, right? We're not looking for prodigies. Depending on your homeschool laws, you may have to get them through whole levels at a year. In our case and in our state and in our homeschool laws, it's a little more flexible, and we have special needs that affect that development. So we are looking for progress, and we have seen a lot of progress with being willing to set the course book aside, get some more reading in, get some other forms of life learning in, and coming back to the course when they're ready. Because they always come to a point when they're ready to pick up the book and try again. I wait till their cue to pick up the book off the shelf again and do it. And I've done that with each of my children, and they always come back to it eventually. It will happen. There's so much learning in life. Don't stress. This lay flat binding, I think, is going to be interesting. I don't know how well the book will handle. We have not made it through a whole course with the lay flat binding to know like if the abuse of a school year affects the pages staying in. But I am interested to see how well my kiddo is going to enjoy writing so close to the binding. It's not their favorite thing. But I mean, you get that with spiral too, I guess. So maybe if that's the problem for your kiddo, you can pull the pages out and hand them to them that way. My kiddo is happy to write in the book, to do the work in the book, but they like to keep their book intact. They don't love it when they ask them to cut it out or like cut and paste stuff, not their favorite. So ripping the pages out is not something that could work for us, but it might work for you. Okay, let's look at this. We're in this marker art project. Follow the steps in this page to draw the cactus on a separate blank piece of paper. So you're going to draw the pot and then color it in. Draw the pot, color it, then draw the cactus and color it in. So depending on how big the marker point is will determine how big their picture has to be for their coloring to be detailed and effective. So could be something to consider. My kiddo we have plenty of fine tipped markers in our house, but I'm interested in the possibility of getting like marker pens so that they can be even finer tip. I don't know. I'll have to look at my options when I am shopping supplies. Dictionaries. Oh, simple dictionary page. Teaching them how to read a dictionary. That's good. Or how to utilize a dictionary. Book report. Okay, assessment. Picture about Christ. Writing in art. Okay, so you're writing about the art. Go onto the app and listen to the audio narrative about the art, and then write a summary of the story. Oh, maybe the parable he taught. Interesting. Reading and spelling assessment. And units 1 through 3 review. Unit 4 review. Let's see. So this does have some indications of whether or not your child's ready for level 4. These concepts will be continued to review in upcoming levels. So the level 4 unit review will be fine. This one also will be reviewed in upcoming. So they are working that spiral all the way through multiple levels. All right, and this, do you see this? No appendix. That makes me so happy. That will be something we need to discuss in the next video of the comparison. Okay, let's check out the spelling practice book. This is an interestingly small book. How this book works. The course book will let you know when and how to use this book. It is used about every other lesson. Thus, you will see lesson numbers skipped. Okay. Each day that the child works in this book, he or she should read the riddle on the first page of the lesson, but not turn the page to see the answer until the first page of the lesson is completed. Okay. So scope of sequence. Okay. Unit 2. So we're not going to, Unit 1, lessons 1 through 30. Unit 2. Okay. This is the overall scope of sequence. Okay. So this is probably what was on that page. Extra spelling words if you need them. Let's see. After hundreds of hours spent researching spelling instruction, analyzing the effectiveness of spelling programs, and piloting spelling with many children, I believe that most children best improve spelling by reading a lot and practicing the following skills. Learning to segment words into phonograms and sound chunks. Memorizing the spelling of certain irregular and high frequency words, and learning spelling rules. Let's see. Phonograms, a single sound made with a letter or group of letters. Okay. Suggested practice. Okay. So that's not talking about these extra words. Spelling practice ideas for different types of learners. Unit 1 again. Okay. So here's the spelling rules at a glance and the videos that that's good to know. If your child is struggling with a specific type of spelling rule, here's where you can find the videos again to review the video over and over. So here's the riddle. When is a piece of wood a king? So they got to finish all of this before they turn the page and get the answer. When it's made into a ruler. Oh, how cute. So then you have your words. Spell the words twice. So I know that in the course book it said something about do the thing with the child and have them finish the work. So I wonder what they meant by that. Let's look at lesson 6. Okay, that's probably going to be the next one. Lesson 6. Here it says, watch the video with the child. As we learned in the video, there's a rule for using double consonants in the middle of the word, but since there are so many exceptions to the rule, you can't rely on it. Thus, we won't be memorizing the rule. Instead, in this unit, we will be practicing some of the most commonly used words with double consonants in the middle. So dictate the words in brown. We're in lesson 6. In brown. Oh, right here. These words in brown. You can't even see it. Sorry. Right here it says dictate the words in brown, which are right here. Have the child spell the words aloud or write the words in the word dictionary section of the spelling practice book. Word dictionary. So that's what they will be here. And then spelling book. Use the spelling rule with the child. Dictate the words on the chart below in random order to the child and have the child write the words in the correct columns of the spelling rules section of the spelling book. Okay, so you'd have them do that. And then dictate the brown sentence and have them write it in the sentence. Okay, and then have the child do the work. So it walks you through all of these things, and then when you complete whatever it walks you through, likely what this first page is, then they will do this part independently. Sorry. Okay, so the course book will walk you through as far as it does, and then whatever's left will be done independently. I do like that the lists are like you take the book to have the list and the dictating stuff, and they get just this part so that they're not, they have that actual dictation practice, because we like to just, not get out another piece of paper to make it work. So this will be interesting. All right, let's speed this up a little bit. Take a look at them all. This is also a great way to step them up into level 4, where there will be that separate writing and spelling workbook. They have a writing exercise or spelling exercise with each lesson. This is every other lesson is spelling. In level 4, one lesson is spelling, the next lesson is writing, and back and forth and back and forth. So this is a step up from having what they had in the previous 3 levels up to what they're going to probably get in the next few levels, at least for sure in level 4, because I have a kiddo in that level. I know we haven't quite reached level 5 yet, which I found out is also updated. I must have missed that update somewhere along the lines, because I missed that level 5 of language arts was updated semi-recently within the last year. And then level 6 and level 7, they said they're trying to get out in 2025, updating those. I do have flip throughs of the Simply Good and Beautiful math levels 1 through 5, I believe. The language arts, it's just so far hit from the newer ones, K through 3 here. Level 5, I haven't picked up. I have the new level 4, but I had just filmed that flip through and was planning to edit it. And life just got crazy, and editing a video is just not something that can fit on my plate, which is why we get to do lives. Not only do you get it as soon as it comes to my house, but that means that I can actually get the video out and not have to, without editing it. So level 4 is lost in my archives of video clips yet to be edited. Someday I might edit it, or when this kiddo gets to level 4, we'll get to check it out then. Okay, so this course set comes with these 4 books built in, and I am not seeing any indication of what order they go in on the book itself. Introduction. So let's take a look in here and see if it tells us what order they're going to be in. Phonics Read Together books. There are 4. And it doesn't even tell you in here. Darn. Probably not unit either. Okay, let's see if the unit, because I think there are 4 units, right? Yes, 4 units. So it's probably a book per unit. Book per unit would make sense. Okay, so let's see. I am not seeing that either. Darn. That would have been nice, right? Oh, right here. Timothy and the 10th floor. So this is going to be the first one. And, oh, they don't have the color separation like Simply Good and Beautiful Math does. But we're going to see if we can jump to... Does that, oh, the bottom changes though, so oh, sorry. I want to go through them in order, but this is not working so well. There we go. Unit 2. This is going to be the Kingdom of Kind. So Kingdom of Kind. And then let's see who wins first here. Highland Pony. All right. There we go. That's the order that we will use them in. Let's take a look at them. So Timothy of the 10th floor. We have written by Jenny Phillips, table of contents, and then the introduction. Read this to the child. Character names. Challenging word list, vocabulary words. Practice page principles. Okay, chapter 1, we have decoding. Phonics portion, and this has a little audio. Is that because we can... Oh, maybe that's just like how you hear things. Vocabulary. Oh, and then it tells you the student reads this. And the parent, student. That's cool. Cute pictures. Okay, because the parent's got a little more going on. And then the kiddo. Okay. I wonder with my kiddo up the higher reading level if I can switch those with them. Okay, chapter 2, breaking words into syllables in order to read them is complex, even for adults. And so syllable division rules are not consistent, even among experts. Thus, in this program, children will learn how to decode longer, more challenging words by looking for known phonograms and breaking the words into smaller parts rather than by dividing the words into syllables. That's good. Okay. So we're working on phonograms, and then there was vocabulary, and then you jump into the chapter. Okay. Let's see if we can go a little quicker here. Come on. So this does look to be separated. It's not talking about like the course book, go do this in the course book. You're just talking about the phonics and then the vocabulary and then read. You're not really connecting back to the course book other than like the checkbox. So if you have a kiddo like mine who reads a little quicker or needs to set aside the course book, but you don't want to set aside their reading, this might be a good way, especially if you've gone to through level K through 2 and have done the reading booster program and they finish that early. Maybe just work through this. If you have to set aside the course book, just go ahead and keep going through this and just go ahead and check the boxes in the book, in the course book, and skip that when you come back to it. Because it seems like it could be pretty good on its own. Like this is just, you put them in the order so they build upon each other in, not skill, but, difficulty. But I think you could totally let it be its own thing separately if you need to, for any reason. If your kid's pacing well with the course, then yeah, of course, do it with the course. It'll pace you really well. But I'm glad to know that I can just pull it out on its own if I need to. So The Kingdom of Kind is a book that was a short story that was in a previous version. I'm not sure if it was a previous version of level 3 or a previous version in general. I know I've read it with my kiddos. So it's definitely through between levels 1 and 3 that we did The Kingdom of Kind. I almost want to say it was level 1, but I don't remember for sure. And then they turned it into a full length book. So that's cool. Okay, Heather and the Highland Pony by Maggie Felsh. Okay. Introduction, characters. It's the same form. Oh, that's interesting. The same format that we're having all the way through. These don't have like a little summary of what the book's about. It's just, jump right in because it is like that. It's the reading program portion of your course. Come on. I'm not seeing the horse yet, but it's bound to be in here, right? Oh, there he is. This little horse. on a boat. It's going to be interesting. All right, so there is a pony. That looks like a happy ending with a pony. Okay, The Journey of 5 by Jenny Phillips. Same basic thing. Challenging words. Read to the child. This book talks about collecting rainwater to drink, plants to eat, etc. Never do these things without a parent's permission, as they can be dangerous if done in the wrong way. Oh, you gotta have the knowledge to do the thing. It's an important discussion topic. I like that they have that warning there for us. Oh, that was parent teacher got purple there for a sec. I wonder why. Oh, because it's somebody's telling a story. Okay, that's cool. The story is told in a different color. Oh. Just wants to flip right through. All right, so there's the books. Let's take a look at the answer key. So this, I believe, is a free PDF online. You can just also get the physical version if you just want a quicker and easier way to check what's supposed to be there. I picked it up just because I kind of wanted to see what it is about correcting tips. And then I forget that there even is an answer key. So sometimes I know in the previous version, we come level 3, there were a few things with, I wasn't sure what they meant and what they were looking for in the course book. So having the answer key helped me figure out what they were looking for in the question they were asking, which was nice. I like that they have the spelling less practice answers right there as well. So this could be like an extra thing, unnecessary, depending on the grade level, but it may also be very helpful, especially as you get to those higher grades. Like I know that the level 5 has a physical version of the answer key. I'm pretty sure we got one for level 4. I think my kiddo just has it stashed away in a different place from their regular books. So we've already looked through the course book, right? I'm just going to show you what they've got going on here. Correcting tips for those. Correcting tips for answers will vary. So there's some hard and fast correcting, and then there's some guidance for the writing, which may come in handy as you're getting into this level with a little bit more writing, a little more free-for-all writing than previous levels. So answers will vary. Correcting tips. Oh, it even has it for the review. So if you refer to lesson 111, page 387 for more help. That's awesome. All right, so there's the brand new level 3 course set. And like I said, I do have the old version here with me, so I am going to hop off and then hop back on to compare the two.